This is Chapter 3 of Hank the Cowdog and the Case of the Mysterious Voice. Bathing the cat. Okay, we need to have a little talk. We know each other pretty well, right? And you're aware that I'm not fond of admitting mistakes, right? Well, what would you think if I told you that what would you think if I announced, this is really tough, so let's come at it from another angle. And this time I'm just gonna blurt it out. I shouldn't have uttered the word swimming in the presence of a cat. There, it's all out in the open now, and you're ready to hear the second piece of bad news. Our plans for the cat blew up like a can of hairspray in a burning garbage barrel. And fellers, it happened so fast, none of us saw it coming. Okay, let's take a deep breath and reset the stage. There we were, Alfred, Drover, and I, standing on the cement in front of the stock tank, and Alfred was cuddling Mr. Kitty Precious in his arms. All three of us were quivering with anticipation and trying to bite back our grinds. For you see, wait, hold everything. We weren't quivering with anticipation. Anticipation is the stuff you dump on a cut or a wound. It kills creepy little bugs that can make your fingers swell up and eat your liver. And that's why mommies run for the medicine cabinet when little children get cuts, scratches, and aberrations. Aberrations. There we go. Aberrations are something else, and they don't require anything you might find in a medicine cabinet. Words are interesting, aren't they? I kind of enjoy playing around with them. Now, where were we? I have no idea. Seems to me that we were talking about something pretty exciting, but all at once, boy, 1 second you can be as focused as a laser beam, and then the next, everything just goes to seed. Wait, beans are seeds, right? Maybe that's a clue that we were discussing seeds. Okay, here we go. Your average ranch in the Texas Panhandle has a bunch of seeds and weeds and plants. And every year, they produce about 10 zillion seeds. We have your grass seeds, your milkweed seeds, your cottonwood seeds, and your wildflower seeds. We have no other objects on the ranch that never make seeds, such as your rocks. We have other objects on the ranch that never make seeds, such as your rocks, your fence posts, and your... Wait, we weren't talking about seeds, were we? This is frustrating. Could I have been talking about Miss Beulah? Maybe so. Because, well, I won't say I think about her all the time, but several times during the course of an average day, I find myself staring at her picture on the bookshelf of my mind. Refined nose, gorgeous eyes, perfect ears. What a woman. But you look into those deep, intelligent eyes and you wonder, how could she love a bird dog? If she's so smart, why can't she figure out... Wait, hold everything. The cat. We were about to launch the cat into a stock tank. Remember? Try to work on your concentration, please. Don't interrupt me again. Okay, now we're cooking. There we stood at the edge of a stock tank full of stinking moss water, trying our best to keep from laughing out loud because we knew what was coming next. Kitty would go flying into the tank, and we would enjoy several minutes of good, wholesome family entertainment. But before that could happen, Drover made one of the dumbest mistakes he ever made. He said, and this is a direct quote, "Yes, a cat. Have you ever considered swimming?" Oh, brother, I couldn't believe my ears. Of all the boneheaded things he could have said. Do you have any idea what happens to a cat when you mention swimming? a lot. Within mere seconds, Kitty transformed into a helicopter, a buzzsaw, a meat grinder, and a hissing, yowling explosion of arms, legs, paws, and nasty little cat claw razors. He gave little Alfred the scratching of his young life. And then, the little lunatic, I'm not going to tell you what else he did. I mean, there are some things we can report and some things that, need to be shielded from public scrutiny, shall we say. Our main concern is little children. No kidding. So this is the picture of little Alfred and Pete the cat. And he's just biting and hissing and clawing and scratching little Alfred. No kidding. How would they respond if they ever found out that one of their heroes got buzzsawed by a rinky-dink little ranch cat? It could have a terrible effect. They might not be able to sleep for weeks. They might forget to brush their teeth. Some of them might even make puddles in the bed. We just can't risk it. And that's why you will find a big hole in the middle of this story. There's another picture of the big hole in the middle of this story. I'm sorry to take such extreme measures, but our security division has pretty strict rules on this stuff. You'll never know all the details of this case because we've slapped top secret on all of those files, and they'll stay in the vault for 200 years. Please don't whine about it. Believe me, you don't want to hear all the grisly details. But the part we can report, let us say, is that little Alfred gained important information about bathing cats. It's something you might not want to try very often. I mean, he had red marks on one cheek, both arms, both hands, and the left side of his neck. And what about the villain? Well, after I finally got him off the back of my neck. Hold it. Forget I said that. It's classified, and we could get in big trouble if I said nothing about a deletid on the back of my deletid. What I meant to say is that the hateful little mumble kid hit the ground and set sail for the house. But you'll be proud to know that I seized this opportunity to strike a blow for children and dogs all across America. I leaped into my rocket dog suit. Luckily, I brought it along and twisted the blast dial all the way to the right. The portable rocket engine backpack prep kicked in, and I chased the cat all the way back to the yard. There, I removed my flight helmet and yelled. And that's when you get for scratching and that's what you get for scratching innocent children. If you ever do it again, I'll do it againer. Pretty impressive, huh? You bet. I told him. You might be wondering, where was Drover while all this was going on? Great question. At the first sign of trouble, he just vanished, and we're talking about poof, like a puff of smoke in the tornado. But never mind. I caught up with little Alfred. He was heading for the house in a fast walk. It was kind of a touching scene. The boy and his dog marching home after a big triumph on the field of... Okay, we didn't have much to celebrate. Might as well be honest about it. We'd been ambushed by a sniveling, scheming little buzzsaw of a cat. I was embarrassed about it, and Alfred had collected enough scratches to last him for 6 months. We weren't feeling too proud of ourselves, is the point. In fact, Alfred's lower lip was stuck out so far, I was afraid he might step on it. We found Slim in the backyard, pushing a gasoline-powered lawnmower and dripping sweat, and looking permanently mad about it. When he saw us coming, he shut off the mower, mopped his brow on his shirt sleeve, and looked down at Alfred. "Good honk. What got a holt of you?" The boy was so mad he was about to cry. The dumb old cat scratched me. Look." He pointed to the red lines on his cheeks. Slim steadied the marks and laid a hand on the boy's shoulder. "Son, you've had a little brush down with something called education." He leaned down and lowered his voice. "When you try to throw a live cat in the water, he'll scratch you. Not every other time, but every time. Now, you ought to feel proud because Pete just raised your IQ about 20 points. Alfred's lip was still pooched out. "Can you put some medicine on my scratches?" "Sure, come on." Slim went slouching towards the yard gate, and Alfred said, "Hey, Slim, the medicine's in the house, isn't it?" "Mine ain't. It's in the machine shed. Come on." That seemed odd, but we followed him up the hill to the machine shed. Him up the hill to the machine shed. Inside, he selected a gallon jug with big black letters that said kerosene. He found a grease rag that was halfway clean, dumped some kerosene on it, and dabbed it on Alfred's wounds. The lad's eyes grew wide. "Hey, that burns!" Slim nodded. "Yes, sir. Coal oils is the best medicine you can buy. Shucks, it'll even cure a cough if you drink it with some sugar." Yeah, but it stinks. "Too bad. By grabs, when you hang out with a cowboy, you get cowboy cures. If that don't suit you, find another babysitter. Now leave the cat alone and let me get back to..." At that moment, we heard a vehicle pull up in front of the machine shed. You'll never guess who it was, so I'll tell you. No, maybe I won't. If I told, it might scare you. Then nobody would read the next chapter. I guess you'll have to keep on reading.